Hey guys, welcome to today's training on how to sign someone up with HyperFiber for service. And first of all, what you guys are going to get is a URL just like this. This is mine, where it will track attribution. It will make sure that this is how we know that it's your sale. This is how the company knows that you got the sale. So, first of all, if you want to just go ahead and click on the URL, and then I'll just open it up in Chrome. Um, and then what I recommend doing for everybody is go ahead and click in the upper right hand corner. You see that there's like that share um, icon. Go ahead and click on that. And then I want you to go to where it says, let's see, add to home screen. So you can see it's kind of near the bottom, it has the little plus icon. So I'm going to click on add to home screen. And then I'll just call it, sure, I could call it HyperFiber. I could customize it to just be like HyperFiber sign up link, and then I'll just hit add. And now you can see right here in the upper or in the lower right hand corner, you can see HyperFiber sign up. So now it's just like an app. It's like it's an app on my phone. So I'll click on that. And now it's just kind of a shortcut whenever I need to sign someone up. I don't have to keep going back into the, you know, link that was sent to you on your email and keep having to click back through that. Um, so let's go ahead and sign someone up, or at least get pretty close to doing that. We won't go through with it. So I have some area. This is in Arkansas. HyperFiber is in primarily Arkansas, but also a ton of their stuff is in Florida, and then they also have some in Colorado. They're expanding quite a bit. So in this particular case, this is in Arkansas. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the address that I'm signing up. I'm going to highlight that, copy that in Sales Rabbit, and I will go back through here, paste it in there, wait for the drop down, and I'll click on that, and then I'll hit next. And then um, right here, you can see the three different plans. And obviously, this is going to be changing. This is in October of 2024. So at some point, they might add like a 2 gig, 5 gig, things like that. But in the meantime, if you're signing somebody up here with HyperFiber, most people are going to be getting the 1 gig. So you'll be signing people up under that. You can see right here, it is price for life. So that's pretty cool. The other ones are not priced for life, which is the big selling point of the 1 gig. Um, in this case, it does have the 40 a month for the first 2 months, but we've kind of moved towards convincing them to just let us do like a free month of service as opposed to first 2 months for 40. So I think it's better that way. But just know this is the 1 gig, this is 1,000 upload download. They obviously have the 500 megabit per second upload download for 75 and the 250 for 65. So let's just go ahead and place one for 1 gig. I'll click order now. I'll put their first and last name in there, phone number, email, all of that. And then here in the notes, this is the most important part. So this is where you're going to be, selecting October 4th. Uh, that's for the install, let's just say, at 8 to 12. And you know what? Let me just pull up really quick the Google Sheet. I'll show you guys how to do this. So this is going to be, let's see, where is it? Hyperfiber schedule. There we go. Sorry. So here's what we have. So this is what it looks like. In this case, let's just go based on what they have. So Hyperfiber, they for the most part, they just have the two time slots. So this is a Google Sheet we'll be sharing with you guys as well. So that this is how you'll know, where what dates to be scheduling people. So you can just see the two time slots. It's 8 to 12 or 1 to 5. In this case, we're booked out. A week or so. So let's just say that they want to get scheduled on Thursday, October 10th, and they're good with the 8 to 12 window. Then I'll just go ahead and click where it says available. I'll just go ahead and click booked, and that will change it on our end. But that doesn't necessarily mean I just changed it back, but doesn't mean that that's necessarily going to be happening internally, which is why internally this is why they need to know the exact date. So that was, for example, that was October 10th. So I'll just put October 10th, 8 to 12 p.m. And in this case, rather than doing the first 2 months for $40, I'll just go ahead and put free month of internet. So that's what they'll get instead of the 2 months for $40. If there's any other pertinent information in here, this is where you'd put it. So let's just say, prefer router to go um, in his office. Um, I don't know, whatever kind of notes that you want to put, maybe for the technician, things like that. So, um, and then other than that, you just hit I agree to HyperFiber. You'll click next. And then at this point, you will have to set up payment. It's not going to be charging them right now, but this is just the card they'll use once they actually start. They have to do auto pay, so they have to put some sort of card on file. They can't use like a check, or they can't pay in cash, or things like that. But I think at some point they will be able to pay through the app or online or things like that. But in the meantime, yeah, you will need to collect a card from them. So most people don't want to do a bank account. I wouldn't recommend doing a bank account for most anybody. So just put card, and then you will have to put a card number and fill all of that out. Once you've done that, you'll hit save payment method, and then you'll be pretty much done at that point. So I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to follow through with it, but that is how you schedule it. So, and as soon as you've scheduled it, I usually recommend screenshotting the order so it'll afterwards it will show um, the order number, it'll show uh, the person's name, phone number, address, email address, things like that. So I usually just recommend screenshotting that, not the card stuff, obviously, but just the customer information. So in case something comes up, they text you and they're like asking some sort of question. That way you can kind of have that in your own, um, just so you kind of can know what their address was or whatever it is. So anyways, yeah, so you got someone signed up. It's pretty straightforward. They're not going to be paying anything right then and there, but in this case, their first month will be $1. So that's all that they charge. So first month's free, but they do get charged $1 is what it will be. So it's technically not fully free, but they just need to have some sort of payment on there. Other than that, again, this is a Google Sheet we'll be sharing with you guys so you can have access to this and know when to schedule. And then obviously, other than that, once you've completed the sale, you can just go ahead and mark it as sold in Sales Rabbit.